Monday morning radar to get you started out. Hi, Matt Noyes, 1 degree outside weather network, 1degreeoutside.com, and Noyes' 1 degree outside weather app. You can see a couple of isolated showers sliding into southern New England, and the pink, that's where there's a little bit of ice mixed in across the far north country. Slick spot here and there in the higher terrain of the northeast kingdom of Vermont, Coos County, and the great north woods of New Hampshire. And then in northwestern Maine, you get a coating to an inch of snow that comes down this morning in places like Clayton Lake, not so much in Presque Isle or Caribou. For everybody else, the sun's going to come out after a quick shower comes by this morning for some of us. That does bring a breeze with it. The brush fire danger spread goes up. It's fair and seasonable tomorrow and Wednesday, and believe it or not, a chance of meaningful rain coming in here on Thursday, which may have some mountain snow with it. A deeper dive on that coming up in our Insights video, the deep dive into meteorology over the next several days coming later this morning. When you step out the door this morning, kids are going to want the fall jacket. There is that isolated shower that comes through. It feels like 31. You don't have to worry about icing except for in the far north where I showed you, because this is the feels like forecast. The breeze figured in on top of a cool temperature that's running above the freezing mark. Mostly clear. By the time we get to midday, it feels like 40s, feels like 50s at the end of the day. It's a sneakers day. It's not going to even wet the ground enough this morning to make a difference in terms of rain shoes or anything like that. By 9 a.m., the last of the light showers, southern New Hampshire, central and eastern Massachusetts, snapping out of here. Once you get past about 9, sunshine's coming out with the exception of the mountains of northern New England, where still a pop-up shower comes from some puffy clouds, and any of the snowflakes in northwestern Maine are all done by the time we get to midday. Then overnight tonight, it's fair, it's quiet for us. Sets you up for a good fair day tomorrow and Wednesday as well. Highs today actually may make it to the mid-60s in places like Clinton, Connecticut, Hamden, Norwich, about 63, Boston, low 60s. That's going to be more commonplace to be in the lower 60s. You do it, though, again, with that emerging sun and the breeze that I'll show you in just a minute. Central New England likely to hang out at about 50 to 55 around Concord, Sunapee, Laconia, Wolfboro, and then the farther north you go, 40s because of the building clouds. And again, still maybe a scattered shower that pops up during the course of the afternoon across the mountains. Far northern Maine, even if you start out with those snowflakes mixed in, which you will in a number of spots, we still end up in the lower 40s later on. So you do warm as the day goes on, not by a lot. It's still kind of raw. Wind gusts for you here over the course of the day. I'm going to stop things during the afternoon. That's the time where your gusts start to go over 20 miles per hour coming out of the west-northwest. That's the time that you get the greatest risk of brush fire spread, particularly in southern New England, where it really doesn't rain much at all this morning. And then the breeze starts to die down again as we head into the evening and the overnight. Overnight low temperatures down to the 30s. And again, we're set up for a fair day on both Tuesday and Wednesday. You can check out that chance of rain a little bit more if you don't want to wait for the Insights video on our free app, Noyes' 1 degree outside weather. Of course, I will post the video to that app as well as our website once we have it out later on this morning. That's the way things look for now. Have a great start to the week. See you again in just a little bit.